Hi Statesman Nation, we're here with Steve Williamson as we preview the 2018-2019 season. Coach, we got a little streak going on here, so no pressure to make it 3 in a row or anything, but before we talk about the 18-19 year and all the wonderful ladies that are going to represent the Statesman, let's talk about 17-18, your first year, and just overall recapping.
Yeah, it was a great year for us. Anytime you have the opportunity of competing in a national tournament and making a national tournament, it's a special season. We had overcame some adversity, overcame a change in the coaching staff, a coaching philosophy, overcame a lot of different things that we're doing, and we had some kids that really bought in. About right after Christmas, right before Christmas, right after Christmas, we had a group of young ladies that really bought into what we're trying to do, and just took off from there. And we played hard, we played smart, we played together as a team, and we just competed and ended up finding ourselves competing for a chance to win conference, but we ran into one heck of an opponent in Central Methodist, but we did our part to get to the national tournament, and that's where you want to end your season at, is still be playing in March and having the opportunity to play in a national tournament.
Mm-hmm. Definitely. You have a lot of key components back. The cupboard is definitely not bare going into this year, but before well, I guess we can go right into it, sorry. Before we talk about the new kids, let's talk about some of those returners and really what is going to be the core of your team.
Well, anytime you have a player like Vashti Rocha come back and have her do what she did for us, and she keeps getting better and better. And the young lady's just one heck of a talent. I mean, it's pretty special. You go to the national tournament in basketball, then you turn around, and about a month and a half later, you're going to the national tournament in track and the high jump. So, she's a special individual, and she's really stepped up and taken over the leadership role, and has really been a very positive influence on some of our younger kids. And then you got Jenna Santee coming back, and just competing and battling like she did. She didn't step backwards. She worked hard to earn a starting position last year, and finished at one of the top point guards in the country. And then she came back in this year and is working just as hard, if not harder. And again, a great leader for our young kids. And you got Rochelle Parks, going through some back injuries right now, but came in working hard. Shemaya Oliver's really stepped up and kind of like a new person. And then you got Kate Latello, who's one of the best shooters in the league last year. I mean, shot 46% behind the arc, and all those kids, you could tell they put in some work over the summer. They did what they needed to do to continue to get better. They didn't sit back and they weren't satisfied just being the Nationals. They want to get back again this year and really prove that we deserve to be there.
Definitely. Let's talk about those new kids. I mean, I know you did have some holes to fill. It's not like as if that wasn't the case, but who are some of the top individuals that you're looking at to fill in those gaps?
One of the things that we really needed to do coming into the season, we needed to develop some depth. Mm-hmm. That's one thing that really hurt us last year. Is we weren't very deep. When we started some people in and out, we really lost a lot of talent, a lot of ability, just what we were trying to do. So. That was one thing going to recruiting. We wanted to add depth at every position, and I thought we did that. Our point guard position, we had 2 really good players, 2 JUCO transfers. Brenda Pennington from Owens Community College, very smart player, very hard-working kid, just gets after, just a little bulldog. And then Nyaja Taylor out of Kirkwood, very talented young lady. I mean, both those 2 girls played on teams that made it to the national tournament. Nyaja's won a national title at Kirkwood. Brenda at Owens they win 30 games every year, so they know what it takes to be successful. And then at the 2 guards position, at our wing spots, we're able to bring in a JUCO transfer from Mesa, who was also in the national tournament, Deja Daggins, who is really an athletic young lady who's doing some nice things for us. We also brought in a young freshman from Kansas City, who actually an old William Penn connection kind of helped me out when Joe McKinstry, he saw her first and was talking to me about her, and she's been a great player. I mean, she's really coming in. She's kind of finally gotten over the process of, I'm not just a freshman, I can play with these guys, and she's really stepped up and done some great things. Mackenzie Peasley, a transfer girl out of Southeastern Community College, getting hardworking kid, nothing fancy, a lot like Kate, just gets the job done. And so those are the wings. And then at our our post positions, we got trying to think of, got all these girls now. We got so many now, but Autumn Voigt did a really good job for us. Girl out of John Wood Community College, she's really stepped up and is battling and playing well. And so we got a couple other girls that are coming in, competing for playing time. So I feel good with where we're at with our transfers and our new kids, and we're still trying to figure out what our best rotation is.
Right. But it's a good problem to have.
It is a great problem.
Have that depth, and I mean it's a long season, so there's a lot of time to figure out where everybody fits perfectly and who that perfect five is going to be and all that. The Heart, unquestionably, if not the toughest, definitely one of the toughest leagues in NAIA. So break down first the non-conference side of things. Just a handful of games, not many opportunities to get ready for the Heart. But I know you guys are playing some games that you definitely know are going to be a Heart-worthy competition. And then let's talk about the Heart and just, again, how difficult it's going to be week in, week out. So
I mean, our first weekend, or we go on the road up to the Grandview tournament. We're playing Missouri Baptist. We're playing Lyon College, two very good AMC teams. And Lyon's got a lot of girls back from last year's team, so I think they're going to be very talented and very good. And we watched them out the national tournament, and they got a nice program, and they got a really nice program. So that's going to be a great challenge for us to get going with. But you talk about the Heart. I mean, when I was not here at Williamson, you always heard about how good the Heart was. And then when you get in it and you realize day in and day out how challenging this league is and how many great players there are and great coaches there are in this league, it's never ending. I mean, every night you got to be ready to go. And looking at who some of the teams have brought in this year, some new players to go along with some of the great returners we have in this conference, it's going to be a dogfight. I mean, you look at Mid-American Nazarene, very, very talented. Everybody's like Central Methodist, they lost the player of the year in the nation. But then you look at who they brought in, and they got some great kids coming in. You look at Grandview, a new coach up there, but I know Kelly will do a great job, and she'll get them going. And so, Benedictine, watching them at the national tournament, how they got hot just at the right time and getting out there and doing some good things. So, Baker's got some good kids coming. Every team in our league is going to be a great challenge night in and night out, and that's what makes coaching fun. That challenge night in and night out, and the Heart. I don't think there is a better conference in America than the Heart. And top to bottom, you look at the talent that we have, the coaches that we have. I mean, it's just a great league.
Definitely. Finally, let's just talk about the overall keys to success. Again, it's you have some new kids, but you've got some good leadership, really good leadership coming back. And what's it going to take to let's just say reach your goals?
Again, for us to get to where we want to do it, what we want to accomplish this year. It's all about we got to outwork people. We're not going to be the most talented team night in and night out, but we got to hang our hat on outworking people. We have to make sure we're fundamentally sound, make sure we don't take unnecessary risks. I guess value the basketball. We talk about that a lot. We want to get out and play up tempo. Everybody knows that. We want to play fast, but we also want to play smart. We can't afford to have empty possessions and not get good opportunities. And we just have to outwork people. That's the same thing we talk about night in and night out in practice. We got to outwork. We got to out-hustle. And the leadership that we have has been great. They set the tone for the new kids, and then they just got to buy in. And even though we have a good chunk of returners back, we have a lot of new kids that we're going to count on. And so it's a good mix to have, but you're also trying to get everybody to buy into what our program is all about.
Definitely. All right, Coach. Well, best of luck this season. You're going forward. You guys start up next weekend already. Crazy. Basketball in October, but that's what it is anymore. So best of luck. Everybody can keep tabs at statesmanathletics.com. All right,
Thank you, bud.